All right, everybody. Today we're going to talk about unity. Unity in regards to graphic design. Okay, here's a quote from a designer, Eugene Larkin, and he said, "All the parts, no matter how disparate, must be reconciled so they support each other." Okay, so all the different things in a design, right, even if they're very different, they got to find a way that they relate to each other, that they support each other, that they fit in the same design. Here's another designer named Alex W. White. He said, "Elements must be made to work together with the greatest interest to the reader and with the least resistance from the reader." Okay, so we want all the elements in a design to create interest, to create people. We want people to keep looking at your design, right? You don't want to create anything that gives any kind of resistance, that makes the design look strange, inconsistent, right? Inconsistent visual cues, like different kinds of headings, different kinds of fonts. Not that you can't use different fonts, but if you use too many different fonts, and if you use a different font for the same purpose, right? Like you've got this font for your body text, and then you use another font for a body text. That's going to create some kind of sense of disunity, quite honestly. Okay, so let's talk about different ways to achieve unity. The first one that we're going to talk about is similarity, okay? We're going to talk about two ways to develop similarity. The first one is just keeping it simple, okay? So if we look at our design here, we've got a very simple design, right? We've got red over on this side, on this page over here. And then on this side, we've got the red type to kind of mirror that, right? We've got a certain font over here. You're going to have the same font over here. Those elements all create a sense of unity, right? The simplicity in color, the simplicity in font choice, and all that sort of thing. Okay, here's another design, very famous design of a magazine called Raygun by David Carson, and very chaotic, kind of created the grunge style of typography and graphic design. But even in this design, you've got red over here in this corner, right? This red kind of pattern. You got the same red over here. You got the same red over here, right? So we've got this element keeping it kind of simple even if something as chaotic as this. Does he have a bunch of different kinds of fonts? Doesn't look like it. These all look the same. Here, all that looks the same, right? And this probably is just a title of the magazine. Is it the same? It might be the same font. Oh yeah, look at the G. Looks like just a bold version of the same font, right? So even in a design like this, finding ways to keep it simple will, by your color choices, your font choices and all that, will create this simplicity in it. All right, another famous poster by Saul Bass. A lot of colors? No, right? We've got orange, we got black, we got white. That's it. You got his style of his, kind of cut out kind of font there. And whatever font's here, I'm sure he's consistent in his font choices, right? And then, is it even the same as this down here? Looks like it might be. Wow, even that. Wow, that's amazing. All right, very simple, nice, clear design. Okay, next way to develop similarity is, shapes, color, and type. So we've got reoccurring shapes here in this website, all these circles. You've got these same kind of rounded lines going. You've got colors that are mirrored up in the top here, down here. All in this really interesting design, right? And then you don't fill it all up. You kind of, focus on the same thing. So even in something with a lot of elements, you can find ways to kind of try to simplify things, right? In your color choices, your font choices, the shapes you use, that sort of thing. Okay, another website. All right, different shapes, right? Got hexagons, I believe. Orange, kind of muted orange colors here. The blues mirrored there. Finding ways amidst a lot of things going on to make it feel simple. Okay, so first we talked about similarity to achieve unity. And now let's talk about proximity. So another way to bring things together, right? You bring all these ones, these words together, and you can make a shape out of it. So just by bringing things close together, you can get a sense of unity in whatever it is. Okay, a bunch of different little images here. They're spread all around the page. There'd be nothing cohesive about it, but you put them all together in proximity with each other, close together, and you got some unity here. And you created a dancing, happy, drinking fish guy. All right, let's see what's going on here. So obviously we can see the color choices, the simplicity in the color choices. We've got these boxes, right? These shapes reoccurring all over the page here, right? There's not like one that's just a circle or something. I mean, not that there couldn't be. Maybe there could, but maybe you use it like once to make it stand out. But here you've got this sense of unity by these reoccurring shapes and fonts and colors and all that stuff. And then the way they're presenting this blocks of text here. Okay, so another way to achieve unity is repetition and rhythm. So you got all these arrows and repeated, right? Getting smaller, bigger to smaller, smaller to bigger, however you want to think about it, right? You got this repetition, creating this, unified kind of theme. All right, so here is like a little brochure or something like that 3-page thing. So we're looking at all 3 pages, and you can see the guides here. But we see some simplicity, right, in colors, but we see some repeated themes, right? So we got these, the layout is repeated, right? So you've got this page, similar layout over here in the way they laid out the body text and the title, and the way they created, one word over here and then another word over there to the right of it a little bit. And then on the middle page, right? So we got a little repetition, right? And we got kind of a little rhythm going. We got this big triangles and we got all these little triangles. We got big triangles again, and maybe there'd be, small triangles again if we had another page. But again, we got triangles, right? Repeated colors, you got, so repeating things, and you can create a rhythm in your image, a visual rhythm. All right, you've got theme with variations. So let's check out these 3 pages here, okay? So these all go together. This is a unified design, a multi-page design. I don't know if these could be 3 different magazine pages. It could be, these are little pullouts there. You can see these close up, that's all that is. But you can see the floating shapes, right? This is Target ad here. The tomatoes here, you got bagels here, you got saucers and cups here. Then you have one big item here, right? You've got this watering can here that's all big and silver, and then you got the toaster that's nice and big and silver, and then you got a little different thing here, right? You've got the little side desk, you got a silver knob, but you got a big item and small items, right? Big items, small items, that kind of thing, and the colors. So even on a multi-page document, we can create this theme going, right? And repeating it, but changing it and bringing some variance to it. Okay, 4 separate old iPod ads. You can tell how old it is by the shape of the iPod. But these were really cool when they came out. Really, really cool all over the place. They looked cool. So we got a theme going, right? You got these bold colors in the back, and you got a almost silhouette, full silhouette of these people. Sometimes they have little details in them, right, to give us a little bit of something to the hair and the bracelet and a little bit of her clothes and these, what are those called? Those bracelets, little bracelets. And, then you can see, obviously, the iPod. So you got this theme repeated, but different, right? Different colors, different people doing different things with the iPod, right? Theme with variation. Okay, so hopefully that gave you some idea of how you can create a sense of unity in your designs or your multiple page designs, right? You have, things like this, where you want to have this unified feel to multi-page things, or even in the same document, right? Simplicity in color, themes, visual themes coming up, and all those things will help you. Hope you guys learned something today. Hope you had some fun, and keep on designing.